Hi, I'm Lori Allred. Welcome to Inspired by Pinterest, where I browse around Pinterest looking for amazing crafty ideas from all over the world and bring them to life each week here on an episode on my Kraft channel. Today we're going to be talking about craft paper projects. Now, you probably have a stash of craft paper laying around, or you see it all the time and think, what could I do with that? There are some amazing, awesome ideas on Pinterest, and we're going to start with a few. And I actually have a great pin board called Brown Paper Bags and Craft Paper Projects. So say that 5 times fast. But let's start with this first one. I love the idea of using the craft paper as a backdrop. So on howdoesshe.com, they did it for a 4-year-old birthday and then posed the cute birthday girl underneath it. Super inexpensive way to create an instant backdrop and have something customizable. You could even put their name on it. I just thought that was super cute. This next one is one of my favorites, and I'm going to walk you through some steps on how to create these giant oversized flowers with the craft paper. It's from brooklynlimestone.com, and it's a pretty simple tutorial. I've always seen these giant flowers and thought, oh, they're overwhelming. And I'll show you the ones I created here shortly. I love the idea of using craft paper, whether it's the shorter roll, and I picked this up off Amazon. I'm sure my delivery guy loved delivering this giant 20-pound roll of paper, or you can get these larger ones that are usually in the gift wrap section at most of your paper stores. Very inexpensive and really versatile, but I love that they used it on attend.blogspot.com as a table cover because they were doing Italian sodas and they wanted to explain the process of start here, you'll need this, and I love that they wrote right on it. I've seen it for waffle bar parties. I've seen it for all different, for a tablecloth with place settings. You could create your own little placemat and put their names on it, even a menu they could check on the side. I think that's super clever. I can't wait to incorporate that. In fact, on bydonnicole.com, she did a fancy version where she just wrote right by the plates, you can see in the image, their name in a beautiful script font. Super cute. Love the idea. And there's some fun ways you could probably print that off on your computer and then use it to transfer onto the craft paper so you look really awesome. And then just take your Sharpie and do that. The next pin I want to share is from countryliving.com. I love that they took this and sewed in a gift. So I love the star shape, the stocking shape, whatever you're doing for a birthday. A heart for Valentine's would be super cute, and then put the gift inside and then sew it around so it looks kind of like a pillow. Super cute idea. Kind of along the same lines, I love the manmadediy.com. They did personalized typographic paper where they actually cut the letters out of some dictionary paper. But you know, we all have a stash of alphabets. I've even done a whole episode on it. I love just running that through my Xyron and slapping it on the package to customize that for someone in your family. Super fun way, and who doesn't love brown paper packages tied up with string? So let's talk a little bit about some of my favorites, particularly these oversized flowers. You've all seen them and you're all going, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Super easy. We're gonna start with the center of the flower. All it is just a small section of paper. It doesn't have to be super fancy. And I just fold it in half. And then I like to fold it in half again because my Fiskars scissors will cut through this. And then I'm gonna cut from the top down and create those fun little pokey outs. Now let's show you the image of how my flowers turned out. Aren't these gorgeous? I did a super big one and then a smaller one, and you'll see the center of the flower is what I'm going to show you now, and then the petals are super easy, and I'll walk you through those too. So we're going to sit here and just create our slits, and they're just about a 1/2 inch apart, no rhyme or reason. And then of course when you get this done, it's just a matter of rolling it up. We've all done this with small flowers. You can pull out your old quilling tools you probably don't use anymore, or a pair of tweezers. I use my needle nose pliers. Fringing scissors you could use, but I think it makes the fringe too small for these giant flowers. So I'd probably stick to your bigger scissors. These mixed media ones from Fiskars are my favorite. And then once you get that done, it's just a matter of rolling it up. Now I found that either adding your adhesive or gluing along the way was the easiest way to keep it all together. So hot glue is probably going to be your friend in this process, and kind of keep that going until you create the center. So that's how easy you can create the center for the flowers. Now the petals are just as easy. Don't be intimidated by the petals. I take a section about 12, 15 inches, and I'm going to cut. The only problem I hate is this rolled paper. Stays rolled. Now I don't want my petals to be that big, so I'm going to fold that paper in half. That's about the right size. Now you can draw on your petals if you want. For the sake of showing you on film what these petals are going to look like, I'm going to draw. They don't have to be exact, but I want them to all to be about that size. So I'm going to cut these out. I probably, once you get the hang of it, I freehanded all mine because I don't want that black line to show up on all my petals. So I'm going to cut inside that so it doesn't show up. And you just want to make sure you don't have really jagged edges because that'll look bad on your flower, unless you're going for a jagged edged flower. So we're going to just... These are really fast to whip up. If you're decorating a large space, I would totally make these. And this same thing would apply if you wanted to go buy butcher paper and do colors. So then you're going to cut it about, let's say about 4 inches up on the petal. And then the trick is you want to bring that in like that and then staple it. So you have kind of this nice scooped petal. And you'll do that with about my larger flower I showed you in the smaller flower. I start with about, I'd say there's 6 petals on each of the flowers. So once I get them like this, you're going to take them and just layer them like this. Hot glue works. I love this great score tape. Tape works great. It's super strong. On the smaller flowers, I usually do about 3 center, and then I kind of build it around the outside. And then you'll just hot glue that center, this yummy part right in here. You can even create some fun leaves and tape them to the back, and you have these amazing flowers. And like always, you can go to my blog to see pins I referenced in every episode and other inspiring ideas. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week here on my Kraft channel.